All right, guys, we got 3 games. Cade and Paolo duel it out as the Pistons extend that series. Cavs Raptors have a game where the offenses showed up again. And then the Rockets, we're going back to Houston for a game 6. I tell you, the second I start making predictions of any kind in Lakers Rockets, the other thing happens. Also, there's a sponsor. I think we should start with Pistons Magic. And we got to acknowledge Franz. He was out for at least this one. We'll see. And besides losing their best Cade defender, they also lose Franz's switchability. Not to mention just the good scoring he'll give you on the other end. And even with that said, Cade still needed to be so precise, it felt like, with his process on offense in this one to carry them home, because Paolo kept on making shots. It got real interesting at the end when it seemed like there were multiple stretches where the Pistons were going to pull away. And really it was Cade just finding good matchups on sides of the floor where the help couldn't swarm on him as much, right? And so it's using Asar as a screener in a good amount of this game to get Suggs switched onto him. Obviously, Suggs, awesome defensive player. Cade's just bigger. He can body him on stuff. Also used Asar as a screener to get Bane switched onto him many times, including the dagger when it was getting real close there late. And whether it was just back downs on Jamal Cain as well, or these tough mid-rangers, pull-up threes, he still ended up at 6 turnovers, but even so, I thought this game from Cade was really great, man. And also, a few of his free throws, because he had like 14 free throw attempts, a few of those was him just getting in the mix, in wrestling matches and all that, trying to get offensive rebounds. So whatever it was going to take from him. And thinking about the Magic guarding that, I believe there were 2 times late in this game where they just sent a double at Cade on the perimeter. One was actually at half court. That was with Wendell and Suggs. And then the other one, I think, was actually right before the Cade dagger, where I think they got an offensive rebound after Tobias missed a shot. I'm wondering if they have a moment in one of these games where they just do that nonstop. I don't know, like maybe with Franz out, you're a little less confident in one-on-one defense. We'll see. I remember the last time I talked about this, I was saying like, well, they're trying like a Duncan Duran 2-man action, but Asar's on the same side of the floor, so there's just kind of nowhere to go. They ran another one of those today, but Asar was either not in the game for this or he wasn't on the same side of the floor, so they actually got something good out of it. Not that I remember what it was. And then on the other end, Paolo, you know, some of the shots that Paolo made by the end here, there's really no breakdown. It's just like the dude made a tough shot on Cade or Javonte, just really tough threes. I mean, the last 2 he made were just outrageous. It was like, oh my God, he's just not going to miss. This might actually eliminate them. But throughout the game, he was putting Duncan Robinson in just any action. Same thing with Dennis Jenkins to get downhill. He also was just attacking really early and just going at Tobias as Tobias is still backpedaling to get back on defense. And he would either get by him or draw a foul or force Duran to effectively switch onto the play because Tobias isn't really in the right spot. So it was cool to see Cade and Paolo like kind of hone in on a specific thing, whether it's matchup hunting or attacking early in possessions, and just make a lot of really, really tough shots in high pressure spots. Along the way, Anthony Black did some stuff. Duncan was better. Tobias, once again, just making tough twos. It was a hell of a game, and we will just see what game 6, we will see with Franz, and yeah. Before we get back to it, this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. I know the odds of this are a bit lower after today, but let's just imagine for a second that we actually got a Magic Raptors Round 2 series. If that were to be the case, man, that would be some of the ugliest and also most beautiful at the same time basketball ever. Anyway, if I wanted to go to a potential round 2 matchup of any NBA teams, or if I want to go to a playoff game now, or any sporting event or concert or festival or many things, and I would use SeatGeek as I have before and it's always been good, you can use my code FunkyDiabetic10 for 10% off your next order at SeatGeek. SeatGeek rates deals on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. Look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. There are over 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek with over 28 million downloads. SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. Make sure to click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account. One more time, FunkyDiabetic10, 10% off, SeatGeek. I almost ran out of breath in that one take. Next up we go to, I suppose we can go to Rockets-Lakers now. So again, me trying to make predictions in this series, like immediately it was, well, Luka and Austin are out, although Austin's back now. Hi, Austin. Well, Rockets are definitely going to win. Now the Lakers are up 3-0. Yeah, the Rockets have no chance. Well, now we're going back for a Game 6 in Houston, where these last 2 games, admittingly the last one, I basically just chalked it up to they're at home, they have to win whatever. This one and the last one, they have slowed down this Lakers offense so much, and I think some of it is like a little more switching, a little more just pressure, a little more of like trying not to just be scrambling around as much. And also, there was just specific plays in this one where like you got Amen and the Holiday like switching and pressuring Kennard off the ball to where he just can't get free, or you got Tari Eason switching but aggressively switching onto Austin to speed him up on a play, so then he's throwing this pass over the top that it was a nice play by Şengün to get it, but also you could tell Austin was just a little uncomfortable. I mean, he did make a couple of deep threes, and he did get fouled a lot, but Austin did not shoot well. I mean, he missed this one layup against Amen where it was just Amen is big, athletic, and physically imposing, and so he just kind of rushed it a little bit. It doesn't go in. You had Marcus trying to drive on Jabari, and Jabari's just too big. His hands are up there. Marcus doesn't have an avenue to go anywhere with it because there's no help, and he just dribbles it off his foot. And then LeBron, I mean, in a game where LeBron's stat line was pretty normal LeBron, it didn't feel like the Rockets were at the mercy of LeBron's playmaking as much, I guess. Like, I'm remembering this one or two plays where it's like Tari or Şengün on him on the left or right wing, and there's just no extra attention. It's just like, make a shot over us. And sure, he still got the 7 assists. I mean, it's LeBron. And Austin did have a few nice passes, finding Ayton on the roll and pocket passes or whatever, but for the most part, it just didn't feel like the Lakers' offense was comfortable really all night. And I'm not going to say the Rockets' offense was on fire, although Amen making 2 threes, I mean, you'll make that bet if you're the Lakers, but okay. Then Dorian Finney-Smith, maybe his jump shot's back. He was 2 for 5. That's huge. From 3, not from the field. He's going to need more than one game to prove he can shoot again, but really it was Jabari cooking, I think. Him and then Şengün finding a few more open looks when the Lakers threw a bunch of bodies at him. Like one time the Lakers had 3 guys. It was like Ayton, LeBron, and I think Rui all over Şengün, and he dribbles away from it to the 3-point line, not to the corner where he might just get stuck, and that becomes a Reed Shepherd 3. But I also say they did double Şengün in the corner one time. Okogie cuts, Amen cuts as well. Wide open Amen cut. Like, they found enough little moments or just some more fortunate shooting. I mean, Jabari made a couple of just effort threes or cutting off of Şengün at the top of the key. It felt like Şengün was on the 3-point line a little more. Again, like, they scored 99 points. I'm not going to say the Rockets' offense was amazing. Although I don't have the offensive rating right now. Like, maybe it was higher and the pace was just lower in this game. But they got it done. And now for a Game 6 in Houston where the defense and the physicality are all going to be there. You can try to match it if you're the Lakers, but look, it was crazy when Luke Kennard and Marcus Smart were torching them the first few games of this series. It was always possible they were going to fall back down to earth. Austin's stat line is actually so funny. 4 for 16 from the field, 12 for 13 from the free throw line. So yeah, man, we'll see if the Lakers can juice up the offense somehow or go nuts from 3 or whatever, because the way the Rockets guarded them tonight, that looks totally repeatable. And once again, I will acknowledge I did not think the Rockets would win this game. Game 6 in Houston, we'll see what happens. And then we go to Raptors-Cavs, where I will say I have seen the first quarter and the fourth quarter. I did not see the second or third because this game was on at the same time as Magic Pistons, and when a 1 seed is down 3-1, that's the game that gets priority for me. But early on, it did feel like RJ on Jared Allen and Pirtle helping off of Mobley did affect the Cavs offense. Like RJ switching screens, Pirtle just helping off of Mobley and being annoying. But the Cavs then go on this 3-point run of like Mitchell on a Mamu switch, Mitchell with an effort super deep one to just end the quarter, Harden and Max Strus little guard screen to open up something for Dean Wade. They just kind of got going that way, like Harden step back 3, whatever. I also have to say, Scottie was unbelievable from what I saw defensively to open up this game. Like, I'm talking like he's staying with Harden on a drive and then turns around and contests Mobley at the rim, closeouts, switches, starting possessions on Harden, ending up wherever the hell he's going to end up. Great stuff. And then we skip a whole bunch of stuff that I don't know what happened. And then we get to the fourth quarter where it just kind of became which team is going to execute on the thing the other team is daring them to do. And so, for example, Mobley makes 2 threes in that fourth, both of which are Pirtle not ignoring him, but he's making a choice of if I got to close, and I'm going to close, and we're going to live with the result. Also, Jacoby Walter and Jamal Shed go 2 for 8 from 3 in the fourth. They were good from 3, both of them, for the game overall, but there were like 2 screen actions involving Scottie in that fourth, one where he was a screener, one where I think RJ might have screened for him, whatever. And both times, Max Strus, with Jared Allen still in the paint, by the way, Max Strus is just like, hey, Jamal Shed or Jacoby Walter, go ahead. Like, I'll get a closeout and we'll see what happens. One was in the corner, one was from the wing. RJ had a couple of drives where he's just driving into so many bodies in the paint. And then there was Dennis Schroeder, where he just countered whatever the Cavs had chose to guard him with. Jacoby goes under the screen, pull up 3. Pirtle's dropping back on the screen, pull up 2. Couple drives where he just went at Scottie on a switch or whatever. I mean, it was kind of a wild fourth quarter of, I guess, Dennis Schroeder is going to decide what happens here, and he did. So it was something. I suppose if there was going to be a big takeaway from this fourth quarter for the Raptors, which they could win Game 6, don't get me wrong, but yeah, you just saw a team that didn't have like just one great offensive player, one great isolation guy. Ingram was out. He's been bad this series, but I mean, maybe that would have been his bounce back game in that situation. Anyway, but again, it was Schroeder who did all the big stuff at the end, so I don't know. Before I get out of here, for the, like, I don't know, maybe 30% of people who clicked on this video who are still here, we did get some lottery reform stuff. I might end up doing a video, maybe, like, it's not actually final, it's like the proposal or whatever. I feel about it probably exactly how you would think I'd feel about it, which is I just think it's doing way too much to rebuilding teams. Like, you can't have a top 5 pick in, 3 consecutive years, and if you're bottom 3, you have lower odds than teams that are 4 through 10. For the number 1 pick, I imagine you have higher odds for, like, 2 through everything else. But, yeah, I just think it's doing too much to teams that are bad. And it's like, how do you get not bad? You do the draft. And also, I still don't think the quote-unquote outrage over tanking is actually that real, but I don't know. It seems like they're going to do something, so, I mean, whether I like it or not, we're going to have to entertain it. Anyway, that's it, guys. Have a good one.